Thank you, and
You're so talented.
No,
you know, you're one of
stop
those
it.
people that, like, from yesterday, that can, like, act, sing, dance, like, all the things. I feel like you can do everything. Yes. You don't know how to answer that because you're humble,
No,
but yes, the answer is yes.
I try.
Yes, and you can be very witty, too, with your timing and stuff.
We'll
and
see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, my God. Well, congrats on the new show.
Thank you.
So, why? I mean, I saw The Lost Boys such a long time ago, right? Probably around the same time. So, what made you want to bring it to Broadway?
Well, my business partners, buddies, Marcus Chait and James Carpinello, we went to college together, and several years ago, we were trying to figure out what could we produce together. We needed a property or a project that really meant something to us, and we all started out in musical theater, so it was really trying to find the right show or movie. This happened to be the movie that really spoke to us and was sang. You know, when you're looking for something to make a musical, you want it to sing. And this movie meant a ton to us.
Movie,
yeah. So we got the rights. We had this vision of it. This was a movie that was certainly sort of viewed as a horror comedy back in the 80s. Not that you need to see the movie at all to come see our show. But what was exciting is when I looked at the movie as a producer, I thought, you know what? It's about a single mom bringing her two boys, trying to make a new start, a coming-of-age story. It sort of checked all these boxes that we like to do, like for a movie like Conjuring, or those movies that kind of sit outside of just the horror genre, even though you don't like horror.
Dude, I'm terrified. I'm so sorry.
Right.
It will sit with me, and then I will never sleep.
No, they're scary. Well, this one, luckily, you know, there's enough comedy and such heart into the story. So we found this amazing band and the Rescues, and Michael Arden, who's an incredible director. So,
you introduced me. I heard about this. I had never heard of the Rescues. Amazing. I missed it. I slept on it, and amazing.
I know.
What a cool vibe for the show.
Amazing vibe for the show. It's both. There's this ethereal quality. They sing the most beautiful harmonies. I mean,
when they sing together too, it's almost like tribal sometimes, like how they chant and it's
which really fit with the Lost Boys. And then you get these anthems that, for me, growing up in the '80s, like I really loved, like sort of the '80s anthems, like these just soaring melodies. And so they have that too, without seeming like they're an '80s band. They're not an '80s band. But so it really hit again all these, because that's a hard ask to get a composer, or in this case a band, to write a really dynamic musical that has both, it's got to be funny, it's got to be dramatic, maybe a little scary, and but you want to walk out humming the tunes, and that's what I think we've done.
A great job. I mean, it's a musical, so you partner with somebody that's really gonna be that extra character in it, you know, plays such an important role.
For sure.
You say your parents got you into music?
They
Both
did.
your parents?
Yeah. My mom.
Is everyone in your family talented? Because you're also in a band with your brothers.
Yeah, it's our little side gig, charity gig.
You're like the Von Trapps or something.
Well,
like you're all talented. Yeah.
I didn't study any voice until college. So for me, it was all about singing in a group, which I think is a great lesson for all of us, to sort of just be one of many and not feel like you need to get out there.
For sure.
That came later.
No, I for sure experienced that. I'm sure you do too in this industry. When you sing with someone, you're like, oh, you've never had to blend.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, because it's like this is the time when we work as one.
No, agreed. And it's something that I really took for granted growing up in a choir, singing with my brothers. And I think that's how it translated into performing with my brothers later in life. Because you know, we all live in different. I live up here. I live in New York, and they're in Florida.
Life happens. You know,
life happens. But it got us at least once or twice a year to get back together, usually it's always for a charity, and we started a foundation, so we give everything back to the community. So we've done that for about 15 years or so.
What's the band name again? What's y'all's band
name?
The
Wilson Band. It was really dubbed that because we started, I know, because we felt, well,
I need you to come up with an album called Down by the River. Like, I just see that would be awesome.
Oh, I know. It's so, yes, there's a nice Chris Farley joke in there.
It's just a cool thing to connect with your siblings in that way. Like, my sister and I do, she loves me. She's got a cooler, while she doesn't play or like sing on stage or anything, she's got a very cool, like, just vibe with music. Like, she has a way cooler, I know it's hilarious and ironic, but what she listens to, she's always introducing me to like cool I did not know about. Yeah.
Really?
What, I know, you shouldn't say on daytime. I know. I'm super classy. No, so what was I feel like we have something in common. I heard that the musical that kind of really got you hooked was Les Mis.
It was.
Me too.
Oh, was it?
My first thing to see
Where'd
on
you
a
see
choir trip here in New York.
Oh, you did? Oh, you
went on well, I went on scholarship, but I got to go, and it was I sat there just weeping.
Oh, God, I know.
And not at the female characters.
No.
That Jean Valjean, he got me.
I mean, all he did is steal a loaf of bread.
Oh, and that bring him home.
Oh,
You've been able to sing that.
I did like a funky duet with Skylar Astin. We did it at the Hollywood Bowl a couple years ago. ago, and
That's
it was
cool.
because it was kind of the show that got away from me. I would have loved to have done it. It meant so much to me. I still, every time I hear that boom boom, I just kind of melt. It's yeah, it's
That is
incredible.
It's my top. Nothing has beat it for me. And then there's been a lot of great musicals and a lot of great soundtracks that you can listen to, but that first one for me, nothing will beat. I think his name is Wilkinson. I don't remember what that dude's name was. Colm Wilkinson. Yes. Yes. His voice. I was like, how dare you have me weeping in front of my peers in high school?
Yeah, I know. I was the same way. I took all my friends who didn't like musical theater. We all went to go see Les Mis and like converted them. Like, see, guys?
Oh, I went with a bunch of nerds. We all liked musical theater. We felt we were in a safe place. But yeah, it's just a beautiful thing to. That's what you gravitate towards.
Have you ever done it?
No. I should cover something. Okay, so what challenges or surprises have you had? Because any live theater, touring, anything, if it's a live event, things can go awry.
and they will.
Yes.
At some point they will.
What's like one of the worst or funniest?
Yeah, let's see. I mean, yes, there have been so many lines dropped, notes
or beautiful.
Chunked.
Maybe something happened that was
beautiful
moving.
ones. I mean, unfortunately, the most glaring was I did this show, The Full Monty, on Broadway, and at the end, go the half Monty. So you're usually backlit, and usually only the audience gets silhouettes, we'll say. Well, we were about halfway through the number, and I noticed that the lighting cue had kind of doubled up. So we were in a different light cue, and so we had about a minute left of the song, but when you start doing the math, you're like, well, if this light cue is screwed up, then that means the last light cue, when we're supposed to be dark, is screwed up. So then you start, meanwhile you're singing as this is going on. So then we're like all like singing to each other, but like kind of like, oh God, it's coming. Like this is not pretty, because then you start going, well, wait, after the dark, so after you're lit, then it goes to blackout, but then the next cue is of course house lights up like this because you're in the end of the show. So we start going, oh God, we're gonna be in this light, this bright light, when we're all naked. And so it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And I locked eyes with about an 8-year-old
Oh my
girl.
God.
It was so awful. It's true. And I just was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm looking at her mom.
Meanwhile,
it's not my fault. It's a clean show usually. Usually can't see anything.
Gosh.
They got more than they bargained for.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this though. If you bring your kid to a show called The Full Monty, that's on you. I'm just saying.
True story. Well, we'd been running for like maybe, I don't know, 6 months or a year by this point, so it was sort of clear, like, you don't really see anything, you know, you're okay. It's gonna leave that alone right there.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, Patrick, you also have a film that made its world premiere at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival. It's called Run Amok.
Yes.
It deals with a pretty heavy and serious topic.
Yes, totally shifting course. Yeah. Well, funnily enough, well, not funnily enough, it's about a young girl who comes into high school, really coming into her own, and wants to make a musical of this event that occurred 10 years ago, in which was a school shooting, which of course is the least funny topic you could of course talk about. However, what I loved about the movie, and it's why I became a producer on the film, because, we get these stories and you see these scripts and it's like, how do we as artists, how do you reflect what's going on in society? How do you inspire people without being preachy? And what I loved about the story was it was told through the eyes of a kid, because ultimately that's the most important, right? As parents, and we got to look to the youth of where
we talk about it, but they're living it.
That's exactly right. And so when you grow up, it's one thing to grow up in this era, but when you grow up with just the routine of drills, we grew up in an era where it was like hurricane drills, tornado drills, that's it, right? Yeah. And so just sort of the cost of what the world that we live in, and it's not preachy, and it's just, and so this young girl, you find out that her mother was killed in this shooting 10 years ago, and she wants to. There is a commemoration ceremony, and she comes to the adults and says, I want to do a musical. And of course, every adult is like, that's the worst idea in the world. But the tone is so delicate and so endearing and so heartfelt, because it's through the eyes of this kid needing their catharsis. And of course, as parents, and I play the music teacher who wants to support her, and I have my own history with this event. So I loved it. It's a very, very, it's a very difficult subject, but an important one that art should always reflect the most sensitive social issues.
Well, and it's best way to heal for a lot of us, like via art.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and it's not a preachy movie. It's so the fact that you find yourself laughing and you know and I think because it's this child that's going through this event, so we're on board.
Is it true that you actually, speaking of like school, you and your wife have directed elementary school plays?
Yes, we did all we did all our elementary school musicals when our kids were in elementary school.
What?
Oh yes.
Wait, so what is that like, wrangling all the kids to be? You don't have a lot of time either.
No, you have no time. It's crazy. But you know what's interesting? So one day I did the math because I've been enough, you know, I've done enough sort of Broadway shows as an actor, and I know 10 to 6 every day, 4 weeks, however you take it, however long it takes. And with a musical, with elementary school, you know, they rehearse for like 3 months. We do the show in 3 months, but if you start doing the math, it's like an hour every other day. So by the time we get to performing, I looked to the group and I said, you guys, I added up all the hours that you have put together this show, and in a Broadway world, that's 2 days. So the fact that you're doing a show in 2 days, it's incredible. So we loved it. I mean, of course, you're wrangling cats, but it was like the greatest.
It's literally the best. I love that I have children. No, I love going. It's my favorite thing, the talent shows, any kind of, I'm like, this is gonna be so great.
It's the greatest.
Because there's always a class clown. There's always some kid that's just like kind of looking off. There's always, it makes me so happy.
It's the greatest.
I can see why y'all would want to do it, but also that is a lot of wrangling.
I know.
We need another quick break. You can see Patrick's musical, The Lost Boys, on Broadway at the Palace Theater in New York City. Go online for tickets, y'all.